Hello and welcome to the Self-Upgrade podcast. My name is Aïdah, and today I'm going to talk about a topic that may be of interest to anyone listening or watching this episode. I'm going to talk about how to connect with our loved one who have passed away. How can you build that connection? If you feel that, they are gone, I'm not going to see them, ever again. If you feel lost, or if you would love to talk to them just one more time, or if you would love to talk to them on an ongoing basis, watch this episode until the end, because I was in the same place as you basically, and through my experience, I think that I have lots of hope basically that I can give you regarding your loved ones, because they are not gone, they are around you and you can connect with them. I lost my parents recently. I lost first my mom in 2022, and then in January, on the 1st of January 2022, I lost my mom, and then on the following year, 2023, I lost my dad. So so I know what it's like, and I actually want to talk about my experience, especially with my mom, because I think it will it will give you comfort. If, for instance, just like me, you have so many questions, no one can provide those answers, and you just feel like, you're lost because, your loved one is gone, and you don't know what to do basically. I was exactly in that place, which is why I decided to record this episode today. Because, to be honest with you, it's something that I wanted to do a long time ago, but I just didn't feel ready. I didn't feel ready to talk about my experience, and I didn't really want to relive, the loss of my parents, especially my mom, once again, because I was very close to my mom. She was my best friend. I would talk to her about everything, every single thing, even the most difficult topics. I could find the right words to talk to her, and she won't judge me. Yeah, she was my best friend. She was my best friend, and she understood me better than anyone else. And I just, we just had that connection because it was reciprocal. It wasn't just me. It was both ways. Like, she could have very difficult discussions with me, like, things that she was feeling, how, different things, basically. We were like best friends. So she could talk to me and I could talk to her about anything. And as I was saying, on the 1st of January 2022, basically we woke up, and I was pregnant. I was 3 or 4 months pregnant. I don't remember, but I was pregnant. I think 4 months. I woke up basically, and it was the new year, but still there was that vibe. And my mom was at the hospital. So basically at the hospital, and it was during, the health crisis, if you see what I mean. It was during that time. So she was at the hospital, and because of her state, because she was struggling to breathe. I mean, she wasn't critical. She could talk to us. She was okay. And she told us, like, don't worry about me. I'm okay. She just didn't want to basically worry us. And I remember she didn't even want me to know that she was going at the hospital, because she knows me. And at times I can worry, a lot, and especially, regarding her, so she didn't want me to know that she was going to the hospital. But obviously, people like my sisters, like, we are grown people, we are grown-ups at the end of the day. So I was told that she was at the hospital, and then from the hospital, like, sometimes she will, call us, even if she was not, basically she was told not to. But whenever like she felt okay and she had some time, she will give us a call just to reassure us and be like, these people, these people are just keeping me here. I'm actually okay. I could go home, but anyway, I'm here. But don't worry, I'm okay. And on that day, on the 1st of January, I heard basically that voice. I heard a voice, a very clear voice, like mommy is gone, as if it was one of my sisters telling me that. And I was alone in the room. There was no one else, but I just heard that voice, mommy is gone. And when I heard that, I just brushed it off quickly. I just brushed it off and then continued to get ready for the morning. So I went to the bathroom, got ready. And by the time I went back basically to my bedroom, one of my sister called us basically. She called us on a group call and she was like, okay, we have to have everybody on the phone. So, obviously we all knew that our mom was at the hospital, but no one thought that it was to announce us that, that she was gone. So they, my sister waited until everybody came, and then she announced that, yeah, that our mom basically passed the previous night. One of my sisters started, she was like, she couldn't forgive herself because she noticed that my mom called her. And I was like, no, don't worry. It wasn't meant to be, it's okay. It's okay. And for some reason, I just looked at my phone as well and noticed that my mom did call me as well. It was, oh my goodness. It was very difficult. Like, like I could have, maybe she was in pain. Maybe she just needed comfort. Maybe lots of questions, lots of things basically coming to my head, and I didn't have answer to those. And, so yeah. And I found it really difficult basically to forgive myself after that when I saw that she did give me a call and I missed that call, at the time that she needed me the most. So that was very hard. And, but that's the story, just to give you the context. But with that, I already knew that, the body, basically the physical body that we see is just like a vehicle. Basically, when you have a car, you get into your car. When you get out of the car, you still continue basically to be you. So when you are in the car, you are not the car. You are still you, but within the car. So basically this body, it does exactly the same job as a car for our soul. You see? So when the soul comes into the body, now, with life and all the programming, the soul starts to basically to identify with the body, with the physical body, and also with all the programs, how we are, trained, basically how we are programmed to fear death. We basically, identify with the body, and we think that the death of the body is the death of the soul, is the end of us, basically, when it isn't. And I already knew about that. But, when you live the thing, when you are told that is something, but when you're actually going through the thing, it's a very different one. It's completely different from just knowing, basically. And so I will find myself basically, talking. I will just talk to my mom. I will just be like, telling her things, I'm sorry, or because I felt really guilty not to have not been there basically when she needed me the most. And also, she, like I mentioned earlier, I was pregnant and she was the person I will go to, to basically share, my, everything. Like, for instance, during my pregnancies, the minute I will leave the hospital, when I had appointments, I will call her and be like, yeah, I had an appointment. It was like this and it was like that. So I was missing basically that presence. I was missing that so very much. I will go to the hospital and in the car, I will be in tears. I will be in tears because there's no one for me to call and and tell them about my experience. Obviously, I have my family, I have my sisters, I have my friends, but it's not the same thing. It just wasn't the same thing. So I'll find myself in the car, crying, just wishing that she was still here so that I can tell her about my experience, good or bad. And it's continued like that. And I will just talk to her. I will just talk to her I will just talk and talk and talk. And then one day I remember being like, you're talking, but there's no guarantee that she's still around. There's no guarantee that she can even hear you. There's no guarantee that there's, all the things that they're telling us that they are true. You may be just talking to yourself. When I felt like that, I stopped talking to her. I completely stopped talking to her. I will think about her. I will feel the urge to talk to her, but I won't. I'll be like, I don't even know, if all the things that they are telling us are true, or if they're just telling us to those things to comfort us, to make us think, to make us feel okay with, having our loved ones going. So, I stopped talking to her. And then, a few months later, I went to Mayotte because I'm from a small island in the Indian Ocean called Mayotte. So I went to Mayotte to visit my family and also to just because it was the first time since she died, and now my dad who had dementia found himself alone basically. So I decided to go and spend some time with my dad. And as I was going, as I was going there, I felt basically her presence, but it was more like, I was thinking about her. I was thinking about how it was going to be for me to basically go to our house for the very first time and not finding her there. Go to our house and find my dad on his own. So, that journey, that flight was very emotional. I cried in the flight, in the plane, thinking about her absence and how I was going to feel, going there and not finding her. So I was preparing myself. And in my country, basically, when someone travels and comes back, we have like those, necklaces. They are made of, we use flowers, basically jasmine, to make necklaces, to welcome people. And I asked my sisters, especially the one who was coming to get me from the airport, I told her, please don't give me one of those. Don't give me one of those, because the last time I went there, my mom, she usually, you just give the person one necklace, but she ordered, I'll put the picture here for you guys to see. She ordered like several necklaces, so many of them. And when my sister came and put all of them on me, it was like, I was like, this is love. This is love, overwhelming love. And it was beautiful. So I didn't want, to be given any of those, because it just was reminding me of that, when I came and she just, flooded me with all the jasmine, to show how happy she was basically for me to be back. And so I told my sister not to bring one. And when I went to Mayotte, one of my family members basically is two of them actually are mediums, but that one of them I'm very close to her because we're about the same age. So I remember one day, it was one night to be more precise, I went to visit her. And we were there just talking, and we were talking about different things. And so many things basically happened during that night that, it's not even, it will make this episode so long for me to talk about all of them. So I'll make different episodes basically to talk about the different encounters, if I can say so, that we had during that night. So as I was talking to my sister, to my niece, my mom came. Yes, my mom came, and my niece was like, "Oh, yes, your mom wants you to know." Basically, she's talking to me. At the time, I didn't understand that she was there. I just thought that maybe my mom told her before I came. But my mom came, and as I was sitting with her, she told her, "Please tell Aïdah to talk to me." Because each time that she talks to me, I can hear every single thing that she says. I can feel her emotions. I can, I feel her, I hear her, and I can see her. So it's really important. Tell her to continue talking to me because I like it and it's good for me. It's good to keep the connection. So when my niece told me that, because during the flight, I kept thinking about, how I used to talk to her, and then I stopped, and, how I'm not sure if I believe that, all of those questions. So basically, she came and she told my niece that, yes, please tell her to continue, to talk to me because I can hear her loud and clear. Loud and clear. She can hear me. So today, I just want to share this with you because, we all have lost someone in our lives. And when we think about the person, we don't know how to feel. We don't know what to do. So I can tell you today from experience that, the soul has left the car. The soul has left the vehicle, but the soul is still around. The soul is still around, and you can tap into them. You can just call on them, now, because since my niece told me that, I was like, okay, say no more, say no more, so now, I sometimes feel the urge to talk to my parents, especially to my mom, because with my dad, we had a good relationship, but it was quite distant. It was distant, like, respect, basically more respect than building a connection, if you see what I mean. But with my mom, she was my friend. So, it's very easy for me to connect with her. So basically, I will just, usually, if I want to talk to her, I will just be like, "Mom, please, I need to talk to you. Please come over." And if you pay attention, listen to your body, like the feelings. When you say that, when you call upon the person, feel basically what are the sensations on your body. Because for me, as I'm talking to you, she's present right here. She's here. And how can I tell? Well, I feel, like goosebumps, chills, chills, like all over my legs. And, now with time, basically, I learned to distinguish the different signatures. Like each soul basically comes with a signature. So I recognize her signature, and she is around as I'm talking right now. So, for you, when you call your loved one, when you call them, and, if you want to make it to start with, you can make it, very, like, you can have some candles, some incense, just to make the atmosphere really welcoming. And then, talk to them. When you talk to them, don't doubt. You know, the, the image that I like to give when talking about this is, imagine that the person is on the phone. Like, when you are on the phone with someone, you can't see the person. You just can't see them, but they are right there. You talk to them knowing that you are connected to them. They can hear you. They hear what you're saying. And then, you talk to them with that knowing. You don't doubt that, oh, is the person still there? You see? So create that connection. Be sure, be sure. And once again, feel your body. Because for me, I feel the chills, the goosebumps. But for you, it may be something else. It may be something completely different. So feel your body, and then you will see a pattern. You will, notice the pattern each time that you call that loved one, or, each time that you call different loved ones, they may give you different signals to tell you basically that they are with you. So no one dies forever. There's no such thing. There is just, oh my goodness. Oh, Sorry. It just like I said, my mom is very present right now. I can feel her. I can feel her, and she seems to be happy that I'm sharing this. So, please, if you lost someone, you feel like they are gone forever, that you will never ever have to basically have that connection with them again, think again. Because yes, we are as human beings, that we are able to basically connect, like to communicate telepathically. But because of the programming and because we are given devices like telephone, we don't see basically the use of developing that skill. But basically, when you are talking to someone and the person is not answering back, it may be discouraging, but with time, you get used to it. Because even if they don't answer at first, yes, at first, you basically, that they are there. And whether you feel it, whether you feel the presence or not, just know that they are there. Maybe you don't have you are not ready yet, basically, to feel that presence, but it doesn't mean that they are not there. Don't be like, oh, I don't even know the way I was feeling, initially with my mom. They are there. Last time, just to close this session, last time it was, on was it the new moon or the full moon? It was on the full moon. So, usually during the full moon, I will share my full moon ritual. But, just for today, I'm just going to share that, experience. I called my mom and my dad. I called them and, I was talking to them, just, what I do, because with time, like I said, it just becomes normal. It just becomes another type of communication. You don't mind anymore that they don't answer. You see, so I was talking. And as I was about to stop talking, like to move on with something else, I heard my mom. Basically, there was that prayer. Each time that I'll be on the phone with her, she will pray for me, and it will be the same prayer all the time. She will, whether I'm with her or I'm on the phone, before I leave basically to go somewhere else or before I hang up, she will pray for me, and it was always the same prayer. And I was about to stand up and go, to basically do whatever, and I heard very clearly the prayer. I remember I even got startled. I heard her prayer. I didn't hear all of it, but she started like as if to tell me, I still continue to send you these prayers. I still pray for you. So they are not gone. You just need to make the connection. And you don't need to be a medium. You don't need to be a medium to be able to do that. I'm not a medium. I just use my intuition. We all have those faculties once again. But whether you are intuitive, I'm extremely intuitive. My feelings are, I'm an empath. So I receive, energy quite easily. But even if you are not there yet, you still can connect with them. Whether you feel their presence or not, they will be there. They will be there. So I will leave you with that hope. They are not gone forever. They are there looking after us and just waiting for us to wake up to the reality that they are not gone. They are there. They are there. And, so please, if you lost someone and you'd love to make the connection, try it and maybe come back and tell us how it goes in the comments. Okay, so I hope that you found this episode useful, and make sure to check the other episodes within the channel. And I'll see you in the next episode of the Self Upgrade podcast.